Hello, good morning students. Today we shall discuss about art of characterization of the play as you like it. So now we shall discuss about Orlando. Orlando is the hero of the play as you like it. He has all the qualities of a traditional hero. He is in every respect an accomplished gentleman. He is praised by all for his qualities. His elder brother Oliver hates him. The fact is that Oliver feels jealous of Orlando because of his qualities. Oliver has not given him good education. Even then, Orlando has natural refinement and good manners. Orlando is charming, handsome, strong, and cultured. That is why Rosalind falls in love with him at first sight. Celia also likes him. Duke Senior is much impressed by him at the very first meeting. Even as a hard-hearted man like Duke Frederick feels attracted towards him. At the wrestling match, he tries to persuade Orlando not to risk his life by fighting a match against Charles. Orlando is brave and fearless. He has great physical strength. He challenges the mighty court wrestler Charles to a wrestling match. Even the Duke's advice and the request of Rosalind and Celia cannot change his mind. Duke Frederick takes pity on him and says that he will allow only one fight between Orlando and Charles. Charles boasts that he will defeat Orlando even in one fight, but the opposite happens. Orlando defeats Charles. Orlando cannot tolerate injustice of any kind. He respects his elder brother Oliver, but when his behavior becomes intolerable, he seizes him by the throat. He demands his share in their father's property. He is a man of action. In the jungle, he does not hesitate in fighting against the lioness in order to save his brother's life. Orlando is gentle and kind-hearted. His heart is filled with pity at the sight of human suffering. In the forest, Adam is tired and hungry. He cannot go further. Orlando carries him in his arms and takes him to a forest. Adam is tired and hungry. For the sake of getting food for Adam, Orlando takes out his sword and is prepared to fight against Duke Senior. Orlando is romantic at heart. He falls in love with Rosalind at first sight. He defeats his mighty wrestling Charles, but his own heart is conquered by a delicate looking girl, Rosalind. She also feels attracted towards him because of his bravery and charm. He is faithful in love. In the forest of Arden, he has not forgotten Rosalind. He writes her name on leaves and the bark of trees. He writes poems in her praise and hangs them by trees. He agrees to the game of mock wooing with Ganymede. He feels Ganymede that his Rosalind will never change after marriage. She will always remain steadfast. Orlando is a cheerful young man. He is a great contrast to the melancholy Jackass. He does not like the company of Jackass because of his melancholy nature. Orlando is forgiving nature. His brother Oliver tried to get Thing killed, but in the jungle he finds that his brother's life is in danger. He at once engages the lioness in a fight, thus, he saves his brother. Duke Senior is highly impressed by Orlando. He readily gives his consent for his marriage to his daughter Rosalind. In short, Orlando has a number of good qualities, and we see the hero like personality, and he possesses a real heroic virtues that we expect in a good hero. Now, another character that we have is Rosalind. Rosalind is the heroine of Shakespeare's play As You Like It. She is one of the best and most delightful heroines created by Shakespeare. Her personality lends a fascination to the play. Ruskin says that the comedies of Shakespeare have no hero but only heroines. This remark seems justified when we consider the story of As You Like It. The whole story of the play is based on her. Even the hero's personality appears insignificant before her. Rosalind is tall, beautiful, and attractive because of her charming personality. Orlando falls in love with her at first sight. He calls her Heavenly Rosalind. He has not forgotten Rosalind even in the forest of Arden. He writes his name on the leaves and bark of trees. He writes poems in her praise and sticks them to the trees. She looks very handsome in the male disguise. In the forest, Phoebe falls in love with her, thinking her to be a boy. Rosalind is a woman of courage. She is a bold lady. Duke Frederick says that he is banishing her because her father is a traitor. At this, Rosalind boldly tells him that treason is not inherited. Moreover, her father is not a traitor. She does not lose heart when she is banished. Celia says that she will go with her. Rosalind is a resourceful character. She is taller than Celia, so she at once decides to disguise herself as a shepherd. But she knows that there may be difficulties and dangers in the jungle, so she takes Touchstone with them as a male security. However, in spite of her courage and male disguise, she is essentially a woman. She is the embodiment of womanhood, which is clear from her love and sympathy. When she comes to know that Orlando is present in the forest, she is so happy that she cannot hide her emotions. She has the grace, charm, and weakness of the female sex. She loves Orlando deeply because of his courage. But in the jungle, when she learns that Orlando has been seriously wounded, she falls unconscious. Later, when she regains consciousness, she says that she was only pretending to be unconscious. Rosalind has a keen sense of humor and wit. Even Duke Frederick recognizes her witty nature. In the forest, we find her full of jest and cheerfulness, but her wit is not biting. It is the gentle and mild. She tells Jacques that he has travelled to foreign lands only to gather melancholy. She tells Orlando that both men and women change after marriage. Orlando tells her that he is late because there is no clock in the jungle. At this, Rosalind says that it means that there is no lover in the jungle. She says that lovers keep account of minutes and seconds in their size. Rosalind has passionate and romantic nature. She falls in love with Orlando at first sight. At the wrestling match, he conquers not only Charles but Rosalind's heart also. After the wrestling match, she gives him her gold chains as a gift. In fact, she gives him her heart along with the chain. In the forest, she indulges in mock wooing with Orlando. Through mock wooing, she gives expression to her feeling of love for him. She is anxious about the safety. She cannot tolerate an injustice to a true lover. Therefore, she rebukes Phoebe for rejecting the love of Sylvius. In short, Rosalind is a perfect character. Rosalind is beautiful, loving, bold, courageous lady. She makes the play a lively comedy. Now we have another heroine, that is Celia. Celia is one of the female character of the play. She is the cousin of the heroine of the play, Rosalind, and daughter of Duke Frederick. She has been called the moral heroine of the play, whereas Rosalind is the intellectual heroine. Like Rosalind, Celia is an attractive girl. Orlando refers to the two cousins as fair ladies, but her beauty is less sparkling than that of Rosalind. She is shorter in height than Rosalind. We see Celia, a total moral lady. Celia loves her cousin Rosalind sincerely. She is pained to know that her father has usurped the dukedom and all the possession of Rosalind's father. She can do nothing against her father, Duke Frederick, but she promised Rosalind, when he dies, thou shalt be his heir, for that he hath taken away from thy father preface, I will render thee again in affection. Her main desire is that Rosalind should remain cheerful, for which she requests her a number of times. When Rosalind is banished by Duke Frederick, she not only accompanies her to the forest of Arden, but also makes plans for her future safety. She could have enjoyed the court life, but due to her deep love for Rosalind, she cannot live without her. Her selfless love for Rosalind is undoubtedly more than that between the real sisters. Like Rosalind, Celia is also passionate and loving. She falls in love with Oliver at first sight. Rosalind says that the love affair of Celia and Oliver has developed very fast. Some critics have pointed out that the marriage of Celia and Oliver is the weak spot in the play. Celia is noble, selfless, sincere, serious, and lovable, whereas Oliver is a rogue. But other critics have defended their marriage. They say that Oliver was a rogue in the beginning, but now there is a change in him and he is a reformed man. Therefore, the love affair and marriage of Celia and Olivia does not seem improbable. There is a contrast between Celia and her cousin Rosalind at many points. The first is that physically Celia is shorter than Rosalind. Secondly, it is said that Celia has the gift of loving, while Rosalind has the gift of being loved. It is also clear that Celia has less gift of humor than Rosalind has. Whenever there is whenever there is an occasion her part in the play, like that of Jackass and Touchstone, is mostly that of an observer. She goes on watching and observing the games of love that are going on there among us several couples in the forest. On the other hand, Rosalind practically takes part in them. Rosalind has greater practical wisdom than Celia has. It is she who suggests the touchstone should be taken with them while going to the forest Arden. In short, we can say that Celia has a number of qualities which she does not care to exhibit. She is charming. In short, we can say that Celia has a number of qualities which she does not care to exhibit. She is charming lady, but she has been overshadowed by the sparkling qualities of Rosalind, who is the heroine of the play. Now we have another play, that is Jackass. Jackass is one of the most interesting characters in the play. He is one of the lords of Duke Senior who have accompanied him to the forest of Arden. Jackass has followed Duke Senior to the forest for two reasons. First, he is loyal to the Duke Senior. Secondly, he is fed up with the city life. He does not take active part in the happenings of the play. His role is generally to comment on the people and happenings around him. Yet his role cannot be ignored. The most important feature of Jackass' character is his melancholy. He is a widely travelled man. He has also visited Venice, the city of fashion and pleasure of his time. Jackass likes sadness more than laughing and frankly admits it to Rosalind. He admits that there are many kinds of melancholy: scholar's melancholy, courtier's melancholy, lawyer's melancholy, lover's melancholy, etc. Jackass finds difference in these types of melancholy, but he says that his melancholy is of different nature. According to him, his melancholy is made of many parts. It has been extracted from many objects and gathered from his travels. Rosalind comments that perhaps he has travelled to different lands in order to collect melancholy. It is said about him that he can suck melancholy even out of pleasant song. Jackass' melancholy has made Jackass pessimist. Jackass can be compared with Duke Senior, who finds good in everything. Jackass, on the other hand, looks to the dark side of the things. He is insensitive to all that is good, noble, and beautiful. He is always finding fault with men and things. He finds fault even with the simple and innocent life of the Duke and his companions in the forest. He says that the Duke and his courtiers have disturbed the peaceful life of the forest and are no better than tyrants. Jackass is a contemplative character. According to some critics, Jackass is the only contemplative character in all the plays of Shakespeare. He does nothing in the play except reflecting and commenting. His passion is thought. The only action that he performs in the play is that he prevents the illegal marriage of Touchstone and Audrey. In his famous song, Seven Ages of Man, he says that this world is a stage and men and women are only players on. He divides man's life into 7 ages, but he sees only the dark aspects of every ages. Jackass is full of sarcasm. He satirizes upon people and their actions. That is why he prefers touchstones, dress of a jackass jester, as it enables him to say anything to anyone. Jackass does not spare anyone, but his satire is not biting. It is harmless. He attacks only the follies of men in order to reform them. In short, Jackass is an important character in spite of his melancholy. Jackass appeals to us. He is a philosophical and intellectual observer of things and persons. We know Jackass has got the hard realities of life. Somewhere we can appreciate. Everybody has positive points and negative points, but Jackass is full of humorous. We can admire him. Thanks.